What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today I just wanted to spread some of the good news that I'm sure many of you guys have already heard about. But when it comes to the older Call of Duty games, like the Xbox 360 COD games, the classic ones like COD 4, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, with these games, on Xbox at least, the matchmaking is fixed. For quite some time now, these games have been literally unplayable, at least in an online environment, because the matchmaking system was just broken. Like, you literally couldn't search for a game. Well, within the past week or so, this matchmaking has been fixed. It is working now, and we're actually seeing a pretty big resurgence of players going back and downloading and playing these games to the point where you can actually find lobbies quite quickly. In fact, I've seen a bunch of clips from people testing the matchmaking speeds, and you can actually matchmake in these older games significantly faster than the current Modern Warfare 2, which is pretty crazy and goes to show just how strict that matchmaking system currently is in Modern Warfare 2. Now, just to point out, I am playing against bots in the background here, just to show off some relevant gameplay with an older game. Unfortunately, I didn't have Xbox Live anymore, and I just resubscribed to it, and it's not letting me play online at the moment. I think a bit of time needs to pass before it actually activates and lets me play online, and I wanted to get this video out for you guys as soon as possible. So I do plan on having some throwback videos with these older CODs where I will be playing them online, and I'll do some live commentaries and just sort of play through and share my live reaction going back to these games for the first time in many, many years. Although you may have noticed that I mentioned this is just on Xbox, because apparently this fix was made by Microsoft, not Activision. And my guess is the reason they're doing this is they're setting up these old CODs to be available on Game Pass once that Microsoft deal officially goes through. Which, by the way, that deadline was yesterday, I believe, and they extended that until October 18th so that they can deal with the CMA in the UK and get around all those barriers, so then that acquisition will be applied worldwide. But the fact that they did fix the matchmaking here really seems to point to the fact that they are gearing up to get this ready for Game Pass. And to me, at least, this is also very likely at least part of the reason that they were cracking down on those community mods for these older games earlier this year, a couple months back. I suspected that was the case back then, and this seems to be pointing to that even further. And if that happens, I think we're going to be seeing a huge resurgence of players in these old games. I mean, we're seeing a pretty good resurgence so far, but at the moment, you still have to buy the game, or you have to go back and dig out the old Xbox 360 and find your discs. So if they made that available on Game Pass, not only would that increase the Game Pass subscription significantly, that would also increase the number of players that would go back and play these games, because for many people, they got rid of their old consoles or their old games, and they don't want to spend $50 to buy Black Ops 2 again, for instance. Now, if you are planning to play these, I do want to be clear that they're not necessarily completely safe or cheater-free. These games are still running on listen servers, and therefore they're being player hosted, and this means IP addresses are very easy to grab in these older games compared to the newer games. And therefore, especially if you try streaming these, there's a decent likelihood that you're going to end up getting DDoS, which most people don't want, which is why I'm also not likely to be streaming these games anytime soon, although I will hop on and record on them. But on top of this, you may run into some cheaters with like God mode or various other cheats, and you may also accidentally end up in modded lobbies, which can set back your account, or in some cases, they will actually rank up your account massively and unlock everything for you. So that is something to be aware of, and that is something that I'm sure they're going to have to take care of in some way if they're going to be bringing these games to Game Pass. But I guess time will tell on that. Honestly, I'm pretty surprised to see that people dug out the old JTAG consoles. You would think by now the people that had those old consoles that were modded and allowed them to do this cheating, you would think by now that that was so long ago that the people that used to do that have to be like in their 30s and 40s by now, but apparently they're still digging out those old consoles and still trying to ruin people's experiences. But with that, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. I'm really excited once that whole subscription thing gets worked out for me. I'm really excited to go back and experience these games again because it's been a very long time since we've been able to play these online. And with that, I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this in those comments down below. For those of you guys that have gone back and played it, what has your experience been so far playing these old games? Have you run into many cheaters, or has it been reasonably cheat-free? And for those that weren't aware of this, is this going to be enough for you to dust off the old games and give them a shot again? Just let me know all of those thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.